All right, I'm starting 4 minutes early. 4 minutes early. So we'll see if anybody shows up. When I look over to the right here, I'm gonna be looking at where is it? Survey Gizmo. I'm gonna look at some of the questions, figure I can answer some things before maybe people show up, or this makes the web, or if no one shows up. If no one shows up, no one shows up. Then I'll just sit and talk to my screen by myself. It'll be what it is, I guess. All right, let's see. Let me see questions. Oops, that's not what I want. So I think about, I don't know, maybe 30 people said they were going to do this. I'm hoping for 5. Let's hope. But I'm going to, if nothing else, pull up questions, answer the questions, and go from there. If no one hangs out, then it will just be me talking. So I guess it is what it is. And I'm going to do, oops, I don't want that. I'm doing some camera stuff right now. Some control panel stuff, make sure everything's good, make sure my volume is good, make sure everybody can hear me. It looks like you can. Move that up. Camera's looking good. Chat is alive and ready. So it looks like we're good to go. All right, so let me look over. I gotta figure out a way to do this where I can move maybe my screen. All right, I'm gonna tackle, hold on. That's what I want. I'm gonna come over here. Hold on, and I'm going to, hey, viewer. There's a viewer. No viewers. One viewer. No viewer. All right. First question. At the youth level, there's always 1 or 2 kids who are playing to have fun because their parents want them to play, and typically are the least skilled, least motivated players. Yes. And again, what I would say, well, let me finish the question. Very difficult to address 2 sets of skill development needs at one time. I think it really depends on the age level, to be honest with you. If you have questions, down the bottom, chat, say something. I'm just going through questions that I got. So we're talking about youth basketball practices and the difference between skill levels, which is a huge thing in my opinion. I think when they're in elementary school, they should all be playing as many sports as possible, because you never know who's going to develop and who's not going to develop, to be honest with you. So I would leave it, there's lots of, if you go to my YouTube channel, there's lots of skill development. I think at the younger ages, especially at the elementary ages, a lot of dribbling. Over on the side here is where you can enter, you can chat, or you can email me at steve@coachmarket.net. That would work too. So let me check the chat to make sure it's working. Then we'll go back to that question again. Checking chat. Yep, it's working for me. 9 o'clock. Look at that. Bingo. So what I was just talking about is the different levels in youth basketball, which I think is a big thing. At the younger ages, you want dribbling, you want ball handling, full court, half court. I don't personally worry about shooting at all at that age level. I worry more about their ability to handle the ball. And if you can handle the ball when you're young, you can do just about anything. Set 3 expectations for kids. Be good teammates. What do you want? Work hard. Listen. Da da da. All right. I'm just looking at some questions here that I got. How much variety and skill building is too much? I think it's like any good classroom. I think you have to have a wide range of talents. You do. If as a teacher you have a wide range in a classroom, it's going to be the same thing at practice. So I think you have to spend a lot of time preparing. A lot of variety as far as drills go, I think is really important. If you do, we do a drill with my varsity guys that's full court 2-on-2, full court 3-on-3, and they'll do it for a short period of time, and they hate it. By this time in January, they don't like it at all. So a variety is good. Again, depending on the age level. If anybody has questions, let me know. But variety is big. I think variety is a big part of any kind of development. Here's one from a varsity coach or JV coach. It says, energy and effort from JV, they don't give our varsity a good look. What's your single biggest challenge? Yes. So I think the only way to deal with that, the way we kind of deal with that, is you got to make it competitive. There's got to be a score. There's got to be something in practice, especially when you're dealing with like a varsity kid and a non-varsity kid. You got to make it as competitive as possible. I think that's really, really, really important. Again, if you have questions, anything you want me to go over, I think I have my whiteboard. I even have my board. So if you have X and O questions, you want to talk drills. Didn't seem like anybody asked a lot about drills, but I'm more than willing to do that. Too many things to cover and not enough time. That's a big one. Yep. I just made my practice plan out for tomorrow, and I think tomorrow's Monday, so we have an hour and a half tomorrow, and I got about 4 hours worth of stuff we need to get through for our game on Thursday. So I haven't gotten to the point of doing this, but I'm going to try to make this into a PDF, my practice outline. But I have subcategories. I have like defense, offense, transition, warm up, rebounding, shooting, special situations. I can't get it out, and hustle drills. So I have each one of those in like a little box. Is something I made probably 20 years ago. And then I have times, and then I have the drill. What the drill is, a specific drill. Maybe it's, I don't know, a basic one like 3-man weave. And then the emphasis, what I want from the drill. I leave things, even if they're not going well. I think that's important in practice. Something's going well, boom, we're gone. If you have a stopwatch on your smartphone, that's always a good idea. I don't tend to do more than probably 4 or 5 minutes on any given drill, and then we're gone. We're on to the next drill. We'll come back to it if we need to, but we really live in a world where the players are ADHD. And they need things fast, and my team, we're even making it shorter. We're going to try to get one really good minute, and then maybe expand it, and then maybe another big minute. But I think it's really important. I think it's important to have an outline. When you're going to start, when you're going to end, what drills you're going to do. The last question I was answering was about like a JV team in relation to a varsity team, but in a youth practice, it's got to be quick. Every kid's got to be doing something at all times. The worst thing you can do is have kids standing around and not doing something. That's just not good for anybody, to be honest with you. It's not good for the players, not good for the parents, not good for the coach. Boredom sets in. It goes back to that first question I answered about, the wide range of abilities. So keep things moving. I think it's really important to know what you're doing. I rely on a practice plan. I've been doing this for 30 years. So let's see. How to help guards not get beat off the dribble. That's one of the questions. How to not get your guards beat off the dribble. If you have the answer to that, you'll be very rich. It really depends. I had to think about that one for a little bit. It really depends on the number of players you have. If you've got size inside, if you got size inside, you can push into the middle. If you don't have size inside, you can. I used to push baseline. Now I kind of push middle. Now I'm hedging toward pushing baseline again. Cushion. If you don't have the foot speed to defend, you have to even do a better job of being smart, knowing where the help line is. I'm not a big zone guy at all. But if you guys are getting beat off the dribble a lot, pack line's good. From a Wisconsin standpoint, Jack Bennett, Dick Bennett, defensive philosophy as far as pack line. I know there's some people watching. If you have questions, shoot them over here. I think everything's set for that. Let me look here. Anybody have any questions? I'm just trying to say. I see. Again, I'm looking at my broadcasts. Just looking at the side note. So, all right, let me go down to the next set of questions people had here. All right, next one, getting enough reps. Next question was getting enough reps for 13 players. That's really hard, especially shooting. If you're doing 5-on-5 and doing some full court stuff, it's not as big a deal in practice. But when you have 13 guys and you're trying to get shots up, especially in an elementary gym, it's really, really hard. So my YouTube channel, I think it's called the Tennessee Drill. I'm just throwing stuff up there. I haven't organized it as well as I need to. But the Tennessee Drill is a really good drill. Where's my board? Here's my board. Okay, so what you do is put 3 guys here. 1, 2. Put 1, 2, 3. Put 3 guys here. Put 3 guys down here. 1, 2, 3 are gals. Doesn't matter. So 3 across, 3 across, 3 across. And there's 2 ways you can do the drill. You can have everybody have a ball. So these 3 people dribble and then shoot, get their own rebound, go to the end of the line. As soon as they shoot, the next 3 go. Or you can do it with only the baseline people having balls. 3 is the best number. But put 3 balls here, put 3 balls down here. 3 guys at half court. So they run there, they get a pass, and as soon as these 3 make a pass, they go to the other end. That is a great drill for getting lots of shots. Again, it's on my YouTube channel, but I think I called it the Tennessee Drill. I don't remember where I got it from, but that's a good one if you need lots of repetitions, especially if you don't have a lot of space, a lot of time as far as getting. If you got 2 baskets, especially if it's an elementary school gym, that's really hard. All right, let's look here. Consistency, demanding the same every practice is one of your biggest challenges. Bringing consistent energy. It's hard. It is really hard. I think you got to have expectations from your players. Again, it depends on the age. If they're little guys, it's hard, but consistency is really hard. I'm lucky. I have 4 assistants. So if one of us is having a bad day, someone else can kind of pick it up. But I've been recently telling my guys that basketball is a game of precision. And just like I'm a math teacher, math is about precision. So is basketball. So we've implemented that when they make a mistake, we stop them, we correct them, and then they do 1 push-up. So the 1 push-up's not really a punishment. It's more of a reminder. That's wrong. Don't do that anymore. Do this. So it's a teaching thing. I'm not going to get on the line and run them. That kind of stuff that kind of punishment doesn't work anymore. But I think it's a good thing. Coach Klaas, who's the 131 guru of the state, was in talking to my guys, and when he was showing them a few things, he was great. I mean, he basically, that's what he did. He stopped them. He corrected them. He made them do a push-up so they knew that was wrong. Time management's big. If you have an assistant coach, which a lot of you I know there's a ton of you on online here now, but if you have a question, ask. But no one's being no one's asking anything. I know it works, but if you're in a high school gym, put the clock up. If you're not, get your smartphone out, set it for 3 minutes. Boom, 3 minutes, done. Next drill. 5 minutes, next drill. Boom. And if you need drills, hopefully, if I have enough good input from this, I want to do some drills. I'm still figuring out if I want to do Google Hangouts like this, or if I want to do it a different way. Maybe where people can talk, I can get on a board and show things, and maybe do it a little bit more effectively. Get together once a month and just give a little bit back to this game that's given me a lot. Handling adversity. Alternates are running, push-ups as discipline, and drills ideas to get your kids to sell out every practice. So I think the key to that, so that was one of is there challenges that you want Coach Collins to discuss? Well, first of all, adversity is great. I mean, my team hit some. We went down to Florida and lost, I think it was a 24th ranked team in the country at the time, and, basically played 3 college teams, how good they were. And that was a huge adversity. But like I told the boys after our 3rd game down there, adversity is good. You put your back to the wall, and then how do you respond to it? I think that's really important. So I'm not a big one, and I'll punish the guys and I'll run them too sometimes when they're wrong. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like, I think you got to correct, you got to stop, you got to correct, you got to do that one push up, you got to show them what's wrong, and then you move on. I think that's the best way to go about tackling that. Other questions here. Replicating what other teams are going to do to us because of our lack of depth and talent. That is hard, especially if it's pressure. Put extra bodies out. In the years that I haven't been able to replicate, then it's more film. If you can, I'm guessing this is a high school coach that sent this question. Then show them more film. You got to be more cerebral, maybe, rather than being on the court and going through the specific stuff. We'll go through our scouts. We'll do all that kind of stuff, the physical stuff. Balancing time spent working on fundamentals versus game situations. So I've changed on this. I think shots are important, especially as the season goes on. If it's a high school team, you have to slice out a little bit of time for fundamentals, but man, you got so many other things that you need to work on that in those, from November to March, how much can you really work on fundamentals? More as the season goes on, because the more things you have in, you can definitely do that. It'll also depend on our opponent. If we have an opponent where we need to spend more time, I don't know, maybe they run a 2-2-1 at us, then we'll spend more time getting ready for that 2-2-1. If they run a motion or read and react offense, we won't spend as much time, because we've seen it. We're kind of good with what they're going to do. So then we wait. It just, again, depends on what they're specifically running. Ideas. What are you looking for a basketball lesson? Ideas. So I'm not sure what people are asking about that. What specific ideas? Do you want drills? One of the reasons I'm doing this, and eventually this is going to end up on YouTube, but one of the reasons I'm doing this is I want to know what people want. Do you want drills? Do you want outlines? I'm willing to do outlines too. Do you want, here's what a practice should look like? Here's what I would do in a practice. So that's where I'm looking for input. What specific things are you looking for in terms of, the specific, sorry, checking something. The specific, what would you want? If I could help you, let me help you. What would you want? Would you want drills? Would you want would you want me to actually do the practice? I can do that. Would you like to see what the drills look like? Would you like to see what a practice looks like? You know, what does that entail for a coach? The best things. Some of the next question was, what is the best things that you've done in practice? I would have to say it's cutthroat. I would have to say it's competition. It's when you're keeping score, A versus B. Who wins? Who loses? Go home. You know, that's the kind of thing. So that's where I'll use running. I'll use some sort of I don't know if it's punishment, but I'll use something as far as, you know, here's what you get, here's what you don't get. And if you don't win, you lose. You lose, and now you're going to run a wind sprint or something like that. All right, let's go down. Let's look at the fundamentals. What's the single biggest challenge? Yes, fundamentals are key. If you can't dribble, dribble. If you can't shoot, shoot. If you can't play defense, play defense. You know, it's like anything. You just spend more time on what you need work on. And I think it's a sliding scale. You know, if you're dealing with fourth graders, you're going to spend more time. You're going to spend definitely more time on dribbling, passing, dribble threats, shooting, those kind of things. If you're dealing with a junior high school kid, you know, it's probably a third. I'm a big one, especially with the older kids, on dynamic warm-ups. You know, getting them loose, making sure they're ready to go. You know, we'll lift a couple times a week. I think all of those things are really good. So how much time do I spend on everything? Well, again, I'll maybe get into greater detail next time we do this. So fifth grader. So this person was fifth grade. I'm coaching a level I'm not used to coaching fifth grade. We aren't fundamentally sound, and I have parents already talking bad about the kids, blah, 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 happy about them playing time. Okay, so this is my theory. In elementary school, fundamentals, don't worry about offense, don't play zone, have fun. You know, it's got to be about the enjoyment of the game. It really does. At that age, you know, fifth grade, what would that be, 11? Who knows? I mean, you know who the good athletes are, but you definitely don't know who the basketball players are going to be. You don't know who's going to put the time in. You don't know who's going to. So at that age, I'd spend a boatload of time on ball handling, on passing, on making it fun. There's some fun stuff, again, on my YouTube channel, Coach Market. Or, yeah, well, you can find them on coachmarket.net, but just go to YouTube, type in Coach Collins basketball drills, I think, or something. And you'll find them. There's some fun ones on there, dribble tag, dodgeball. Just make it fun. You're probably more original than I would be as far as specific things. It's not about winning. It's not. In fifth grade, it's not about winning. It's about them having fun. It's about them getting better. There's plenty of time for the winning. There's plenty of time for all that. Make it fun and do the fundamentals. Your goal as a youth coach should not be that kid's last coach. Let me say that again. So you as a youth coach, your job shouldn't to be to not be that kid's last coach. That means they have fun. That means they wanted to come out again. I try to do that. I don't want to be a kid's last math teacher. I also don't want to be, you know, I might be their last coach because they might not play in college, but that should be your goal. Just not to be their last, coach. That means they had fun. They enjoyed it. All right. So I'm about a third of the way through the questions here. I'm going to stop. No one's really chatting over here. No one's asking questions. I don't think anyone has sent me an email. So I'm going to pull up my email. I don't think anybody has sent me an email asking for anything specific. So if they haven't, I'm going to go eat dinner. But check out coachmarket.net. I think I sent everybody that signed up for this webinar 5 great out of bounds plays that the people run in our league. If you email me back again, or or you register on coachmarket.net, I'll send you some. I think I pulled up 5 quick hitters or 5 just kind of sets that will get you some scoring opportunities that are pretty good. So if you go do that, I'll send it out. I'm hoping to do this once a month, especially if I get some following, and maybe we'll get it on YouTube. I'm not sure this is the avenue we'll go. We might find another venue to be able to do that, but let me pull up my email here to make sure I didn't get any other emails. But what would your practice schedule look like? Someone emailed me. I don't know is the chat not working? So if the chat's not working, let me know. Maybe that's why no one's chatting. Holy crud! Let me see if I can. Let me play. Hold on. I'm gonna try something. Okay, I'm gonna try something. All right, see if chat's working now. All right, hold on. Again, I'm a basketball coach. I ain't a technician here. All right, so see if someone can chat now. But what would your practice schedule look like? Okay, that's a good question. Somebody just sent me that, so I'll answer that one before we end. I would do 5 minutes of dynamic warm-ups, stretching, getting them loose, jogging. There's all sorts of, again, go to my YouTube channel. You can find that free. Then I do skill work. So then I would do shooting. I would do I do some shooting. I definitely do a lot of dribbling at the younger ages. So I do a lot of skill work. I'd work on pivoting. I'd work on passing. So it depends on how long your practice is, but maybe 10, 15 minutes on that. Then I do small group stuff. I think this game is best coached or taught 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and 3-on-3. So you can work on offense and defense in 1-on-1. You put 2-on-2. Now you got help side. You got some other defense. Then put 3-on-3. That way, a lot of kids are working. You can have 2 groups going at the same time and other baskets. So I'd spend half an hour probably on that, because they can't hide when they're playing 3-on-3, when they're playing 2-on-2, when they're playing, they can't hide. So I think that's important. And then I do some 5-on-5. So I'd build it. I do 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. Then I do a little bit, depending on the age. The younger ages, I do something fun, do a game or something. Older guys, I would work on, start working on press breaks. I'd work on maybe 1 press. I would work on some help side defense, closing out or triple threat, those kind of things. And then I'd end every practice with some sort of competitive drill, something fun. You play lightning. There's tons of them. So most youth practices are what, 1 hour, hour and 20 minutes. If you're talking more than that, let me know. But all right, I'm just looking here. Yeah, I think that's important. Simple. We teach everyone as if they know nothing and challenge them all. I think. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. I'm not sure why the chat's not working, but yeah, I would assume 0 base knowledge. That's the way I teach my class, and then I would expand. I'd expand that. And then if you have an assistant, it's great. Then you can put the kids that are knowledgeable and know what they're doing at one end of the court, and then work with the kids that don't on the other end. But I think that's where the 1-on-1, 2-on-2 drills can kind of help. That will hopefully help you separate and kind of get you where they need to go. All right. So anybody else, if you have any other questions, send them to me, steve@coachmarket.net. But those are both really good questions. Again, this was a first time go through with this, but I got my huge white. I can do whatever you want. I can diagram. We can show you stuff. I think there's a way for me to put video on and talk over the video during it. So I'm still kind of finagling that. But I'm going to give it about 30 seconds here. If anybody else has any questions, shoot them over. It's been good. I mean, we've had at one given time 15 people. So I'm glad. I was hoping one person would show up. So I'm here to help. This is kind of my PGC. Hopefully, give something back to the game thing. That's why I want to do it, and I'm hoping that people liked it. So if anybody, I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds here. Go to my. I mean, if you need drills, go to my YouTube channel. They're free. I think at last count, I'm at like 268, something like that. There's a lot. There's a lot of drills up there. So if you want specific things, then the YouTube channel is kind of a little bit all over the place at this point. I have to kind of narrow it down. So if you want specific things, like maybe you're running man-to-man defense, maybe you're doing a specific type of zone pressure, or you're playing a specific zone, go to Coach Market. You're not gonna find anything cheaper, trust me. And I don't make a lot off them. They're not my videos, but I wanted to give them to people so they could be relatively cheap. You can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your tablet, and there's just about everything. There's shooting ones, there's defensive ones, there's offensive ones. It's coachmarket.net. They range anywhere. Mine are the cheapest because I want people to be able to use them. I'm just looking over here once in a while to see if anybody. But $4.95 to $9.95. So that's the first thing. So those are good. If you haven't gotten the out of bounds plays, so I picked 5 I really liked and 5 quick hitters kind of thing. Go to the website, log, give me your email address, and I'll send them to you. Those aren't automated. Again, I'm not the techo guy, so it's a couple times a day I check them and then I'll send them off to you. And I'm going to try to get more of those. That's my hope. They're also the out of bounds plays I put on the website too. They're there. If you need them right away, they're there. They're free. It says free things. And then I put a playbook. I have access to some playbooks that, basically drills, plays, $20. They're not mine again. But $20 for like 120 pages worth of drills and stuff. If you're the kind of person that likes to digest that stuff, it's good. But if I can help, I'm not sure why chat didn't work tonight. I know we got a couple emails here from people, which was great. But more than willing to help. So, again, I'm planning probably in a couple weeks to do this again. I'll work through the rest of the questions. If you have other ones you want to answer, other things you want to talk about, I know Dave came back and simple. We teach everyone as if they know nothing and challenge them all. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Especially with youth, it's really hard at the younger level. It is. It's a lot. It's a stats teacher. The standard deviation is bigger. The spread of talent is huge at that level. And then what was the other question that someone asked? Let me see. That was Emily. What would your practice schedule look like? So I kind of broke that down already. Mine would probably look a little different unless you're the varsity girls coach, varsity boys coach. Will look a little different, but keep them moving. Dynamic warm-up, skill work. Do small game stuff, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3 stuff. Team strategies, depending if they're in middle school or high school. A lot of man. I teach them man-to-man. If they can run man-to-man, they can run anything. And I think that's it. So again, check out coachmarket.net. Check out our YouTube channel, all sorts of free stuff, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.